Tomorrow is April 1st, and for once the universe isn't joking. While everyone else is planning pranks and posting fake announcements, something real is happening in the sky. Something that's about to expose the truth about your relationships in ways you cannot ignore. The Libra full moon peaks tomorrow, and this isn't just another lunar event. This is a cosmic interrogation, a spotlight so bright it burns through every illusion, every comfortable lie, and every carefully constructed fantasy you've been holding onto about who belongs in your life. And here's what most people don't realize: the answer you've been desperately seeking about that person, that relationship, that connection you can't figure out. It's coming. Not in a week. Not eventually, tomorrow. But there's something happening right now, even before the full moon arrives, that's already forcing the truth to surface. And if you've been feeling an unexpected surge of anger, a sudden need to speak your mind, or like you're done playing nice with people who don't deserve it, keep watching. Because there's one specific planetary alignment that explains exactly why you're feeling this way, and I'll reveal it in just a moment. First, you need to understand why tomorrow isn't just important, it's decisive, because while the full moon is the main event, it's surrounded by a sequence of planetary transits so intense, so perfectly timed, that astrologers are calling this entire period a destiny reset. And that reset, it doesn't ask permission, it doesn't wait for you to be ready, it just happens. This full moon doesn't whisper, it demands. Most full moons are emotional, they're reflective, they bring things to light gently, giving you time to process and integrate. But not this one. The Libra full moon on April 1st is aggressive, uncompromising, and brutally honest. It's not here to make you comfortable, it's here to make you free. Why is this one different? Because it's not operating alone. The cosmic weather surrounding this full moon is like a perfect storm. Multiple planetary forces converging at once, each one designed to strip away a different layer of illusion. And here's the part that should really get your attention. This full moon lands on April Fool's Day. Think about that for a second. The universe doesn't do coincidences. On a day dedicated to pranks, tricks, and deception, the cosmos is saying, enough. No more games, no more pretending. The fool's mask gets ripped off, and you're about to see who's been playing you and who's been real all along. But the revelation isn't just about other people, it's about you too. It's about the ways you've been fooling yourself, the compromises you've made that you swore you never would, the times you've silenced your own needs just to keep someone else comfortable. Tomorrow, that ends. The truth serum is already working. Remember when I said there's a specific reason you've been feeling more confrontational, more honest, more done with the BS? This is it. Just hours before the full moon peaks, something powerful happened in the sky. Something most people missed entirely. On March 31st, the sun formed a perfect trine to Black Moon Lilith, and if you don't know what that means, let me explain. Lilith represents the part of you that refuses to be tamed. She's the raw, unapologetic truth you've been taught to hide. She's the anger that's actually justified. She's the boundary you should have set years ago. When the sun, your conscious identity, your life force harmonizes with Lilith, something shifts inside you. Suddenly, you're not afraid of being too much anymore. You're not worried about coming across as difficult or demanding. You're just done. This is why, over the last 24 hours, you might have noticed yourself thinking things you normally wouldn't say out loud. Maybe you felt an urge to call someone out. Maybe you've rehearsed a conversation in your head where you finally tell them the truth. Maybe you've felt this electric, almost dangerous energy running through you, like you're about to do something you can't take back. That's not recklessness, that's authenticity fighting its way to the surface, and tomorrow, under the full moon, it's going to win. Soap bubbles are about to burst. Here's where this gets deep. Every degree of the zodiac has a symbol attached to it, a specific image that unlocks hidden meaning. The Libra full moon tomorrow occurs at exactly 13 degrees of Libra, and its symbol is this: children blowing soap bubbles. At first that sounds innocent, almost sweet, but dig deeper and you'll see why it's perfect and devastating for what's about to happen. Soap bubbles are beautiful. They shimmer with rainbow colors. They float gracefully through the air, capturing the light in mesmerizing ways. But here's the thing. They're hollow. They're fragile. And the moment they touch reality, pop, they're gone. This is exactly what happens to romantic fantasies under this full moon. All those beautiful projections you've been carrying, the person you think they could become, the potential you see in them, the version of the relationship that exists only in your imagination, those are the soap bubbles, and tomorrow they burst. The full moon in Libra forces you to see the relationship as it actually is, not as you wish it were. And for some of you, that gap between fantasy and reality is going to be enormous. You've been in love with a mirage. You've been loyal to a projection. You've been waiting for someone to become the person they never actually were. The bursting of the bubble isn't cruel, it's necessary, because as long as you're chasing illusions, you can't connect with what's real, and the universe is about to show you what's real. The Crucible, Venus square Pluto. Now we get to the nuclear core of this entire period. Just 2 days after the full moon on April 3rd, Venus, the planet ruling love, values and relationships, forms a harsh, friction-filled square to Pluto, the lord of the underworld. This is the aspect that separates the authentic connections from the toxic ones. This is where love meets power, and only one can win. Venus in Taurus wants stability. She wants security, loyalty, and slow-burning devotion. She wants relationships that feel like home. But Pluto in Aquarius, he wants transformation. He wants to expose every power imbalance, every manipulation, every place where control masquerades as love. When these two clash, relationships don't just get tested, they get interrogated. And if there's rot beneath the surface, if there's imbalance at the core, if someone's been quietly controlling you while you mistook it for care, Pluto rips the mask off. This is the aspect that reveals obsession disguised as passion. This is the aspect that shows you where you've been overgiving while they've been underappreciating. This is the aspect that makes jealousy, possessiveness, and fear of abandonment impossible to hide. And here's the brutal truth. Not every relationship will survive this. Some connections are built on need, not love. Some partnerships exist because both people are afraid to be alone, not because they genuinely belong together. Some dynamics are held together by guilt, history, or convenience, not by authentic intimacy. The Venus-Pluto square doesn't care about your comfort, it cares about your evolution. And if a relationship is blocking your growth, if it's keeping you small, if it's built on fear instead of freedom, Pluto will burn it down so something real can grow in its place. But here's what nobody tells you. This same aspect can deepen the right connections. If you're with someone who can handle the truth, who's willing to face their own shadow, who wants to transform with you instead of against you, this transit makes you unbreakable. The couples who survive this don't just survive, they come out bonded on a soul level. So the question is, which one are you in? Mercury trine Jupiter, the grace you'll need. The universe is intense right now, but it's not cruel. While Venus and Pluto are locked in their brutal showdown, another aspect is happening at almost the exact same time. And this one's here to help. On April 3rd, just hours before the Venus-Pluto square peaks, Mercury forms a harmonious trine to Jupiter. And this is your lifeline. Mercury governs communication, Jupiter governs wisdom, compassion, and higher understanding. When these two align in the deeply intuitive water signs of Pisces and Cancer, something magical happens. You can speak the hardest truths with genuine kindness. You can hear painful realities without collapsing. You can have the conversations that end things or heal things with grace. This aspect gives you the emotional intelligence to navigate what the full moon and Venus-Pluto square are revealing. It lets you read between the lines, understand what's not being said, and communicate from a place of empathy rather than ego. If you need to end a relationship, this aspect helps you do it with dignity. If you need to have a difficult conversation, this aspect ensures it doesn't become a war. If you need to forgive yourself or someone else, this aspect opens the door. The revelations of this full moon period are harsh, but they're not heartless. You're being given the tools to handle what you're about to discover. Use them. Algorab's warning: your words will travel. There's one more layer to this full moon that you need to know about. The moon will be sitting right next to a fixed star called Algorab, part of the constellation Corvus, the Crow. In astrology, Algorab has a dark reputation. It's associated with destructiveness, betrayal, and the rapid spread of information, especially secrets that were never meant to get out. Crows are messengers, but they're not gentle ones. They scavenge, they expose, they reveal what was meant to stay hidden. And under this full moon with Algorab activated, you need to be extremely careful about what you say and who you say it to. That offhand comment you make about someone, it's going to reach them. That private vent session you have with a friend, it's going to leak. That text you send in frustration, it's going to be screenshot and shared. This isn't paranoia, it's cosmic law under this particular alignment. Words carry weight right now. They travel farther and faster than you expect. And once they're out there, you can't take them back. So if you need to have a difficult conversation, have it directly with the person involved. Don't gossip, don't triangulate, don't vent to third parties and hope it doesn't get back. Under Algorab's influence, it always does. The lesson here is simple: speak with integrity or don't speak at all. The 3 signs getting definitive answers. Now, while this full moon affects everyone, there are 3 signs that are about to experience this on a completely different level. These are the signs that have been waiting, questioning, wondering if they're crazy for feeling what they feel. And tomorrow, they get clarity so sharp it cuts. The 3 signs: Libra, Aries, and Cancer. Why these 3? Because they're all cardinal signs, the initiators, the leaders, the ones who start things, and this full moon is landing directly on the cardinal cross, activating the most personal, foundational areas of their charts. If you're one of these 3 signs, or if you have your moon or rising in one of them, pay close attention, because what I'm about to tell you isn't just astrology, it's a roadmap for what you're about to experience. Libra, the death of the people-pleaser. Libra, this full moon is happening in your first house, the house of your identity, your physical body, your entire sense of self. When a full moon lands in your own sign, it's like the universe putting you on trial. Not to punish you, but to show you who you've become versus who you actually are. And here's the truth you're about to face. You've been disappearing. Not physically, energetically. You've been so focused on keeping everyone else comfortable that you've forgotten what you actually want. You've become a mirror, reflecting back what other people need, adjusting yourself to fit their expectations, smoothing over every conflict before it even starts. But that version of you, she's dying, he's dying. Tomorrow, under this full moon, that accommodating, peace-at-all-costs version of yourself gets buried, and it's going to hurt. Because you've been wearing that mask for so long, you might not remember what's underneath. The revelation for you isn't just about whether someone else is meant for you, it's about whether you're willing to finally show up as yourself, unfiltered and unapologetic, and see who actually stays. Venus, your ruling planet, is squaring Pluto in your 8th house, the house of deep intimacy and shared resources. This means the relationships that have been draining you, where you've been overgiving while they've been taking, are about to be exposed. You've been trying to balance scales that were never equal to begin with. The people who are truly meant for you won't need you to shrink. They won't need you to manage their emotions or walk on eggshells. They'll want the real you, messy, opinionated and whole. And if that scares them away, they were never yours to keep. Aries, the mirror you can't ignore. Aries, this full moon is lighting up your 7th house, the house of committed partnerships, marriage, and one-on-one relationships. And while you've been charging forward, focused on your own goals and ambitions, the universe is forcing you to stop and look at the person standing next to you. You don't like to slow down. You don't like to be told you're missing something, but right now someone close to you, a partner, a spouse, maybe even a business collaborator, is reaching their breaking point. And you didn't see it coming because you've been too focused on yourself. The revelation for you is this: partnership requires presence, not just physical presence, but emotional availability. And if you've been treating your relationships like side quests while you focus on the main mission of your life, this full moon is about to show you the cost. The Sun in Aries is squaring Jupiter in your 4th house, your home and emotional foundation. This means the growth you've been chasing externally is hollow if your personal life is falling apart. You can conquer the world, but if you come home to emptiness, what's the point? The person who's meant for you isn't asking you to stop being ambitious. They're asking you to make space for them in that ambition. They're asking you to listen, to witness, to hold space, something you're not naturally good at. And here's the hard part: you can't fix this with action. You can't solve it with enthusiasm or grand gestures. You have to do the one thing that terrifies you most: be still, be present, and let someone else take the lead for once. If you can do that, the relationship deepens in ways you didn't think possible. If you can't, this full moon shows you exactly why they're pulling away. Cancer, your foundation is being tested. Cancer, you're in the middle of something massive. Jupiter, the planet of expansion and growth, is transiting through your sign right now, sitting in your 1st house. This happens once every 12 years, and it's making you bigger, bolder, and more confident than you've been in a long time. But this full moon is activating your 10th house, career, public life, and your 4th house, home, private life, and it's asking you a brutal question. Are the people in your life supporting this new version of you, or are they trying to keep you small? The revelation for you is about outgrowing. You're stepping into a larger version of yourself, and not everyone in your life is equipped to handle that growth. Some people are invested in the old you, the one who was smaller, quieter, more manageable. And as you expand, they're going to resist. This full moon shows you who's genuinely cheering for your evolution and who's secretly hoping you'll shrink back down so they don't have to feel threatened. Venus squaring Pluto is hitting your 11th house, friendships, community, and your 8th house, intimacy, shared resources. This means even people you thought were your allies might reveal themselves as jealous, competitive, or draining. The people who are meant for you will make space for your growth. They'll encourage you to take up more room, chase bigger dreams, and refuse to settle. The ones who aren't? They'll guilt you, minimize your success, or subtly sabotage your confidence. This full moon is showing you who belongs in your new chapter and who needs to be left in the last one. And yes, that includes family, long-term friends, and people you never thought you'd have to walk away from. Your foundation is shifting. Make sure the people standing on it are actually helping you build, not weighing you down. What happens after April 1st? This full moon isn't the end, it's the trigger. The revelations that surface tomorrow set off a chain reaction that unfolds over the next 2 weeks. On April 9th, Mars enters Aries, injecting a massive dose of courage and forward momentum into the collective. Whatever you realized under the full moon, Mars gives you the guts to act on it. On April 17th, there's a new moon in Aries conjunct Chiron, the wounded healer. This is your reset point. This is where you get to start fresh, rebuild, and plant the seeds for relationships based on authenticity instead of fear. By the end of April, Uranus moves into Gemini, beginning a 7-year cycle of radical change in how we communicate, connect, and relate to each other. The old rules are gone. The new paradigm is just beginning. But it all starts tomorrow. The Libra full moon is the cosmic alarm clock that wakes you up to what's real, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. The people who are truly meant for you, they're about to become obvious. The ones who aren't, they're about to fall away whether you're ready or not. So tomorrow, when the moon rises full and bright, don't look away. Don't make excuses. Don't rationalize. Just look. See what's really there. And trust that whatever this full moon reveals, it's revealing it for a reason. If you're still watching, I'd like to thank you for your attention. If you enjoyed the content and want to see more, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is very appreciated. Feel free to share your experiences or thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, take care and subscribe for more insightful content.